Hey everybody, it's Calvin the Go here, and I am discussing One Piece chapter 1066. And wow, we have a doozy today, guys. It's not an action chapter, it's an exposition dump, and we are getting so much information, so much lore piece season. Oda is in his bag right now. Oda is doing an ISO and dropping 85 points every single week. He is giving us heat after heat after heat. We are getting so much information on things that we wondered about for so long, and we're finally getting stuff on Dragon and Vegapunk and Robin's history and Jaguar D Saul and Aokiji. What's Aokiji up to? Is Aokiji working with the Revolutionary Army? That's something I'm going to discuss. Since this is such a dialogue driven chapter, I can't really discuss every single thing that happened off the top of my dome, but I'm just going to try to do my best to kind of give you guys some of the biggest points that happened in the chapter today. But the bottom line is everything is huge. So we're finally getting a little bit more Void Century stuff. We're getting a little bit more information on what on the Void Century and how back then uh, it was a very advanced society all the way back in the day. And I wonder why that the 20 allied kingdoms decided to destroy it all and kind of bury it, because when you look at it, a lot of that stuff could really help the One Piece society. I don't know if they want to be like, have their little god complex that they've had, and want to control everything and not give everyone the fruits of the labor of the people in the past. It's really hard to say why they're trying to hide everything. Why are they trying to keep all these things under wraps? And it's really interesting that Vegapunk all along never really was super with the world government. Um, I think he just cares about science. He cares about bettering society. He cares about just moving the world forward. So I don't think he ever really is like officially on board with them. I mean, he has a relationship with Dragon. Him and Dragon, they've known each other for a long time. And Dragon and Vegapunk were actually at the Ohara incident, and they had a conversation after what happened, and that's when Dragon was like, "Okay, I'm going to create an army, and we're gonna change some things. We gotta do something about this because Dragon was seeing like, yeah, this is not cool. They were plastering the people of Ohara as devils trying to destroy the world, slandering Clover's name, a mutual friend of both Vegapunk and Dragon, just slandering everyone, saying, that's why they call, Nico Ramen the Devil Child, even though really they were just people who were seeking knowledge, and knowledge that the world government didn't, and the world knowledge that the world government didn't want everyone to see. So they silenced them, and they thought they got all the books out the way, and it turns out Jaguar D Saul led a troop of giants, and they took some of the books back to Elbaf and got to preserve some of the history. And that's really cool because I think that's going to give us an avenue to go to Elbaf, and then maybe we'll get some cool stuff with Usopp, and we'll get a lot more lore because Robin's going to be able to get her hands on those books and some of them, and she's going to maybe potentially be able to reunite with Saul. And that also kind of gives me uh, it also kind of makes me think that Jaguar D Saul might be the man marked by fire, because information on the One Piece, information on the Will of D. Um, he should have a lot of information because he took those books and brought them to Elbaf. Maybe he's the one marked by fire because basically the whole island got destroyed. He was frozen, and I'm pretty sure the move was called Time Capsule by Aokiji. Is Aokiji with the Revolutionary Army? You really had to think about that. It's something that a lot of people always kind of assume, like maybe he's a Revolutionary Army, maybe he's with Sword. But if he really preserved Saul's life for him to eventually do this, then you had to think he had to have do something with the Revolutionary Army, or just understood that what he was doing was really wrong, and being with the world government and seeing what Akainu was doing and kill all those people. I mean, I think he just was like kind of fed up, and it really gives us a good sense of Aokiji as a character and how he's really a good guy. Um, he really was just trying to work with the cards he was dealt. I don't think he really was ever an evil person. He used to have burning justice, and then he turned out to lazy justice. I think his justice kind of changed after the Ohara situation and seeing all the wrong that he is working with, right? And Robin and Vegapunk are talking most of the chapter. Robin was really in tears to hear that her beloved friend was still alive. For so long, she thought he was dead, Saul was dead, and that everything that all the books, all the information that was gathered up there in Ohara was destroyed, and now she has so many things to look forward to. She can potentially meet Saul again. She can get to read the books if we go to Elbaf, which I think it's almost a done deal that we're going to go to Elbaf after Egg Island, unless something else happens that kind of veers us off. But it really seems like Elbaf is something that's going to happen. A lot of people were wondering, like, okay, is Elbaf going to get skipped? No, we have a really good reason to go to Elbaf now and get some little more information, and we might get the final Rio Poneglyph there. I think there's a big opportunity that we're going to get a lot of lore dump there. I don't know if it'll be like a battle arc or more so another kind of lore dump and kind of give us a little more information on the Void Century, because we're really starting to get there. Um, I don't know when we'll get the voice entry flashback. That probably won't be until we find the One Piece. But Oda's really starting to give us a lot more information on what's going uh, on what happened in the past, and it's really exciting to see what's going to happen next because it's like this is where this is the stuff that we've wanted to see for so long. Ever since Robin's flashback, that really tugged at the heartstrings of so many people, including myself. We've always wonder why, like, why would they do that? Why are they trying to keep everything under wraps? And we still don't know the full extent of everything. But it's really interesting to see that the Revolutionary Army was created as a result of this terrible tragedy. And it seems like a lot of the biggest revolts, a lot of the biggest thing, like for example, when Goldie Roger was executed, that's when the Great Pirate Era started, and when the Buster Call happened on Ohara, that's when the Revolutionary Army was created. So it seems like every time that the world government is trying to create order and stability and kind of lay the law on the people, they kind of end up rising up and causing more problems for them down the line. So it's interesting. They always think they're fixing a problem, but they're fixing a problem per se, and then they're kind of causing something else. Especially then, that's really and that never was more prominent with the whole Goldie Roger situation. I mean, they literally started the whole Great Pirate Era by publicly executing him. If they killed him under wraps, then maybe that wouldn't have happened. But they were really trying to make a statement that they are the Force, when in reality, he was dying already and he gave himself up. But the main point of this whole chapter is to just give us more information on things that happen in Ohara. It gives us a little more character for Dragon. I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen with Dragon. It's also interesting to see that Vegapunk says that he doesn't like war. He's not really someone who wants to go to bloodshed, and that makes a lot of sense from his character so far. He's kind of avoided a lot of confrontations. He didn't just show up and start killing celestial dragons willy nilly in the Reverie arc, and he didn't engage in battle with Blackbeard either. So I think he's just kind of a pacifist, but it's obvious that he can fight. It's obvious that he's someone that when he has to, when he deems it necessary, that he will scrap. And I'm really excited to see him in action. I think this is where we start to get a lot more dragon stuff. We might get a dragon flashback potentially. We might get a little more information on the Void Century. I'm not sure how much that Vegapunk knows. I think he only kind of knows what happened in terms of some of the stuff that was left behind from Ohara, and there's a lot of stuff that was obviously destroyed in the whole Buster Call situation. But it'll be really interesting to see what comes out of all of this. Um, Next chapter, I have no idea what's gonna happen. Right, I think this is where Oda is really at his best, right? Where we don't really know what's going to happen next. We're in a new place, in a new island that no one expected, and we're learning a little bit more about the Void Century, learning about Dragon, learning about the Revolutionaries, learning about Vegapunk, and a little bit more of his motivation. So all of this is very exciting. Um, I'm just thinking so much about what can happen. I think I'm gonna have to do a little video discussing of some of the things that I think is going to come out of this. We're going to get, I think, a lot of Delphi talk. We're getting a lot of ancient weapon talk, I think, and we're gonna just learn a little more about the voice entry. We're not gonna get the full flashback yet. I don't think we get that until we find the One Piece. But I appreciate you guys for watching this video. It'd really help me out if you guys can give me a like, share, and subscribe. And Calvin the Goat signing out. Peace out, guys.